Respected teachers and dear friends, I am very happy to be here with all of you. And at the outset itself, I would like to express sincere thanks to Dr. Ajay Sekher who gave me such an opportunity. And always I would like to congratulate him because he is doing a wonderful job for the University of Sri Shankaracharya University Sanskrit to enhance its quality, and for he contributing much more to the Buddhistic studies. And he told me to send a short video of Buddhist literature, but because of some busy schedules and some travels, I was unable to send that and delayed little. I am sorry for that. And now I would like to share some ideas which I very little I know, very little, and I would like to share some ideas. Firstly, I think that we have to go to the term how the word Pali was originated. What was the meaning of Pali? The word Pali means the word of the Buddha, or the text of the Tipitaka, that is Tripitaka in Sanskrit, containing the original teachings of the Buddha. The well-known lexicon Abhidhana Pradipika, that is maybe Abhidhana Pradipika, maybe in Sanskrit Pradipika, finds the definition of the word Pali with Tandi, that is in Vedic literature there is a Tantra literature, and Pandi, that is Pankti, Sanskrit word is the literature line or tradition. In early time, philologists have tried to find out the derivation of the word Pali from various terms. That is, their Pariyaya later become Paliyaya. That in early Sanskrit there is a Relayora Vedaha. R and L was interchanged when we are using. Then Pariyaya, that is later it become Paliyaya, Padha, Padha, and Pala, Pali. And Pandi means line or tradition Pankti. Then Pali means Amba Pali means the line of mango tree, or Danda Pali, that is the row of teeth. And Pali means a direct line as or original tradition. The earliest available teaching of the Buddha are to be found in Pali literature and belong to the school of the Theravadins, who may be called the most orthodox school of Buddhism. This school admits the human characteristics of the Buddha and is characterized by a psychological understanding of human nature, and emphasizes a meditative approach to the transformation of consciousness. According to early Buddhism, Nibbana, that is Nirvana, is conceived as a positively blissful attainment. Its blissfulness is believed to be a result of a certain transformation of mental attitudes and dispositions. Buddha's descriptions of Nibbana take purely psychological form. The early Buddhist literature is an oral literature. Such as literature is not without its own characteristic features. A widespread use of mnemonic formula is one of the most typical of this. In such poetry, a formula are used both as an aid to actual performance and to maintain the continuity and forms of the epic tradition. Both these features are certainly present in the Sutta literature, Mansa Sutra literature. In the first place, many suttas are clearly designed for chanting. The Theravada Buddhism along with Mahayana Buddhism are the two principal branches of Buddhist belief. Like Mahayana Buddhism, Theravada, that is a Pali for school of the elders, and claims to perpetuate the true teachings of teachings and practices of the Buddha. The Theravada school traces its descent from the original Sangha or monastic community that first allowed the Buddha. Its canon of scripture consists of the Tipitaka. That is, Tipitaka, we will say that 3 baskets in sense, in English. We can see the translation in that meaning. The first great compendium of Buddhist writings composed in the Pali language. Theravada tends towards doctrinal conservation, exemplified in a cautious interpretation of its canon. Because of this, it has been given the pejorative name Hinayana. Pejoration means in linguistics it is known as the Artha Dushana. That is, the meaning will be used as in a little bad sense. So pejorative name, that is Hinayana. Sanskrit for lesser vehicle, that is in Sanskrit, that is meaning is a lesser, that is all are going for the Nirvana, that is the lesser vehicle. By its rituals who call their own tradition Mahayana, that is a greater vehicle. And the goal of the Theravadin or devotee of Theravada is to become an Arhant, a sage who has achieved Arhant. That is in Malayalam we will say Arhanta, like Arhant, who is apt for that. Arhant, a sage who has achieved Nirvana, that is enlightenment, and will never be reborn. Mahayana traditionals. The goal of the Theravadin or the devotee of Theravada is to become an Arhant. That is in Malayalam like Arhada, like who are apt to get the salvation. Like thing, is to become an Arhant, a sage who has achieved Nirvana, that is enlightenment, and will never be reborn. Mahayana traditionally prefers to figure of the Bodhisattva who out of compassion helps to others towards salvation, to the Arhant who is concerned chiefly with his own salvation. The earliest available teachings of Buddha are to be found in Pali literature and belong to the school of the Theravadins, who may be called the most orthodox school of Buddhism. This school admits the human characteristics of Buddha and is characterized by the psychological understanding of human nature and emphasizes a meditative approach to the transformation of consciousness. The teaching of Buddha is to abstain from all kind of evil, to accumulate all that is good, and to purify our mind. This can be accomplished by the 3 trainings, that is one Shila, the development of ethical conduct, and Samadhi, that is meditation, and the third one is Prajna, that is Panya in Pali, insight or wisdom. The philosophy of this school is that all worldly phenomena are subjected to 3 characteristics: Anitya, Dukkha, and Anatma. They are impermanent and transient, unsatisfactory, and that there is nothing in them which can be called one's own, nothing substantial, nothing permanent. All compounded things are made up 2 elements: the non-material part and the material part. They are further described and as consisting of nothing but 5 constituent groups, namely Rupa, the material quality; Vedana, the 4 non-material qualities, sensations; Sajna, that is perception; sanskara, mental formation, and vijnana, that is vijnana consciousness. When that perfected state of insight is reached, that is nirvana, that person is a worthy person and arhant. That is at that time the worthy person is the arhant. The life of the arhant is the ideal of the followers of this school. A life where all birth is at an end, where the holy life is fully achieved. After the parinirvana of the Buddha, in about 543 BC, the first Buddhist council met to organize the teachings of the Buddha. Secondly, the council met around 383 BC at Patliputra to consider and settle the decisions that had appeared with regard to the discipline of the monastic order. This assembly met with the specific purpose of removing the misunderstandings and to maintain the doctrine in a pure and unadulterated form as conceived by the Buddha. According to the many accounts, this was the reason for rising the schism of Buddha, resulting in a sharp division in the Theravada and Mahayana. The Theravada tradition also was called Hinayana and Gudayana, pejoratively by Mahasankhik or Mahayana. All the later sects and philosophical schools have originated on the base of these two main divisions. Moreover, in Subba Sutta, that is Sulba Sutra maybe of Majjhima Nikaya, and Buddha says that himself to be a Vibhajyavadin, maybe in Vibhajya in Sanskrit, Vibhajyavadin, and not to be an Agansavadin. His method of teaching is analytic and not synthetic. The term Hinayana and Mahayana do not appear even in the later texts of the Pali canon, like the Kathavatta, Milinda Pancha, that is the 2nd century AD, and in Vishuddhi Marga of Buddha Ghosa, that is Buddha Ghosa, 5th century AD. The Dhamma or teachings of the historical Buddha are usually regarded as being contained in the Tipitaka. The Dhamma of Theravada regards human existence as a complex of various The Dhamma of Theravada regards human existence as a complex of various transient aspects, also called dhammas. These dhammas are grouped in overlapping categories of 5 components: skandhas, 12 bases, that is ayatana, and 18 perceptual elements, dhadus. The 5 components are the physical body, rupa, feelings, vedana, cognitive perception, sanya, and mental predispositions, sankhara, and consciousness, vijnana. In vijnana in Prakrit, the 12 bases are the 5 sensory organs with their 5 sensory fields, with the mind and the object of mental perception. The 18 elements and the 5 sensory organs with the mind, their 6 associated objects, and the 6 consciousness of ear, eye, nose, mouth, body and mind. These dharmas create a composite being not united by any enduring soul, that's Atman or identity. There is no self in the strict sense. The Theravadin endeavors to manipulate the dharmas so as to suspend the action of karma and thereby to achieve nirvana. The Theravada is therefore less a philosophical doctrine than an almost scientific discipline, although it depends on a complex cosmology of cyclical multiple worlds and uninvolved scheme of reincarnation. The word nirvana, Sanskrit, that is nibbana, that is Pali, is well recognized as the ultimate goal of the Buddhist path. Nirvana or nibbana literally means blowing out or liberation from the cyclic of rebirth and death. Within the Buddhist tradition, this term is defined as the event or process of the extinction of the fires and moha, fires of raga, that is attachment, dvesha, aversion, and moha or avidya, ignorance. In the Buddhist view, when these fires are extinguished, one is released from sansara, that is the cycle of rebirth and dukkha, that is suffering, come to an end. There are two kinds of nirvana, that is nirvana element with residual clinging and the nirvana element without residual clinging. And the monk who has five sense faculties still remain, and due to the fact that they are not destroyed, he experiences like and dislikes and pleasure and pains. That extirpation of lust, hate and delusion in him, that monk is known as the nirvana element with residual clinging. And arhant with influxes extinct one who has lived the holy life to both full done what is to be done, fully destroyed the fetters of existence and released with the full understanding. This monk is the nirvana element without residual clinging. Periodically, some Buddhist scholars attempt to explain nirvana as a void from the word shunyada in Sanskrit, shunyada in Pali, or as extinction from the word khaya or the abhava, nothingness, and tucha, that is emptiness. The nirvana can be understood as liberation that involves of both psychological and biological liberations. Here we can see that in Buddha's teachings we can find out the ideas about the nature, and which is the formation of which is formulated by the some traits of the previous life, like he study there in Buddhistic literature we can find out the studies of the nature of human beings and all the, and ultimately they are believed for the life, and they all have their deed for the attainment of the nirvana. My videos are breaking after 7 minutes, so I don't know how much I have to record it. So I am very thankful to Ajay Sekher sir who gave me this opportunity, and I am thankful to all of you. Who listened my lecture, and my knowledge is very less, so it may be little. Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. Okay.